One glass, 1 hour before bed. For some people, it changes their sleep for the better. Tart cherry juice contains natural melatonin and tryptophan, which can help lengthen sleep and improve its quality. And it's not the only food with this effect. 3 others might already be in your kitchen. Today, you'll learn what these foods are, why they work, and when to have them for a calmer, more refreshing night's rest. Research shows modest improvements appear over several nights to a couple of weeks, a gentle food-first approach, not an instant fix. If you take prescription medications or have diabetes, kidney disease, or other health conditions, check with your doctor before changing your evening diet. Let's start with the one that may help reset your body's natural sleep rhythm. Tart cherries earn their nickname as a natural sleep timer because of their unique blend of compounds that signal when it's time to rest. Many people who try them notice subtle but real changes in sleep patterns over time, not because the fruit works like a sleeping pill, but because it supports your body's internal clock in a gentle way. For adults over 55, that can be especially important, as staying asleep through the night often becomes harder with age. As we grow older, our bodies produce less melatonin, the hormone that controls sleep-wake cycles. Without enough of it at the right time, you might wake at 3 a.m., then struggle to fall back asleep. Tart cherries supply small amounts of melatonin plus tryptophan, enough to nudge your body's timing, but not a replacement for prescribed melatonin when that's recommended by a physician. Tryptophan is converted in the body to serotonin and then melatonin, both of which help your brain recognize when it's time to sleep. Not all cherries or cherry products provide this benefit. Sweet cherries have far less melatonin than tart varieties, and many commercial juices are high in added sugar, which can spike blood sugar levels and disrupt deep sleep. To get the potential benefit, choose pure, unsweetened Montmorency tart cherry juice or a tart cherry extract capsule. Some studies have used 480 milligrams of extract for people who prefer to avoid extra sugar or liquid. Dried or puree forms vary widely in potency, so they may be less consistent. Research trials in older adults have found that drinking pure tart cherry juice twice daily, roughly 8 ounces per serving, could lead to modest but measurable improvements in total sleep time and efficiency. For someone waking frequently, even getting 30 to 40 more minutes of restorative sleep can improve mood and energy. A practical starting point is to treat it as an experiment. Try 4 to 8 ounces of unsweetened juice about 60 minutes before bed for several nights. If you notice improvement, you can continue or, if tolerated, increase up to 16 ounces total per day, as short-term studies have found this amount to be safe for most healthy adults. If you have diabetes, kidney disease, or take certain blood pressure or heart medications, speak with your doctor before adding tart cherry juice, as it can affect blood sugar, potassium levels, or interact with medications. Minor digestive upset or an allergic reaction is possible for some people. Building the right sleep signals in your body is one part of the picture. The next step is helping your brain ease into a calmer state before bed, and there's a simple, nutrient-rich snack that may support that process. What if a small, nutrient-rich snack could help your brain shift into a calmer state before sleep? The benefit isn't from crunch or chewing, but from the nutrients inside certain nuts that can send relaxing signals through your nervous system. One of the most important is magnesium, often called nature's tranquilizer because it helps relax both the brain and muscles. Many older adults don't get enough from their daily meals, and a long-term shortfall can make it harder to fall asleep and stay asleep. Rather than assuming all magnesium sources work the same, it helps to know that your body absorbs different forms at different rates. Food sources, like nuts, deliver magnesium in a form that's easy to utilize, along with other nutrients that aid sleep. Almonds are a standout choice, providing magnesium, healthy fats, and some protein to help steady blood sugar through the night. Walnuts offer magnesium too, plus small amounts of naturally occurring melatonin, the same hormone that tells your body when to sleep. This combination can act as a gentle signal to your nervous system that evening has arrived and it's time to power down. Magnesium supports the brain's calming chemistry by helping a neurotransmitter called GABA do its job. In plain terms, that means you're less likely to experience restless thoughts or nighttime anxiety, making it easier to move into deeper stages of sleep without acting like a sedative. Research has shown that higher magnesium intake is linked with fewer middle-of-the-night awakenings, which can be a key difference maker in overall rest quality. If you're thinking about supplements, it's worth noting that magnesium L-threonate, MGT, has shown in early clinical trials an ability to cross into the brain more effectively than standard forms, with some evidence of improving sleep quality. Other forms like magnesium citrate or glycinate are also widely available, each with different absorption rates and effects on digestion. MGT isn't yet a universal recommendation, and food-first approaches are typically simplest. If considering a magnesium supplement, discuss form and dose with your doctor. Oral food sources are usually the easiest first step. A simple, practical option is to have about 1 ounce, roughly a small handful, of almonds or walnuts in the evening, 30 to 60 minutes before bed. Almonds can help steady blood sugar through the night, while walnuts add that small melatonin boost. For anyone with dental issues or difficulty chewing, chopped nuts, nut butters on whole grain toast, or stirring a few into yogurt can be softer alternatives. Just remember that nuts are calorie-dense, so portion control matters, especially if you're watching your weight. With your brain chemistry gently encouraged towards rest, the next consideration is how to create a state of relaxation that extends beyond nutrients, one that also cues your mind and body through calming sensory signals. Two familiar, easy-to-find foods, chamomile and kiwi, can work together to promote better rest, one by soothing the mind and the other by supporting your body's sleep chemistry. Both can fit into a bedtime routine without major changes to what you eat during the day. Chamomile tea has been used for centuries as a calming drink before sleep. While tradition alone doesn't prove its effects, modern research suggests it can have mild sleep-promoting benefits for some people. Its key active compound, apigenin, binds to receptors in your brain that interact with GABA, a neurotransmitter that helps quiet overactive thoughts and relax the nervous system. When prepared as a plain herbal infusion and consumed about 45 to 60 minutes before bed, chamomile can give apigenin time to work while also creating a consistent wind-down habit. To get the full effect, choose a pure chamomile tea and avoid blends that contain caffeine. If you are allergic to ragweed or other members of the Compositae family, or if you take anticoagulant medications, be aware that chamomile can cause allergic reactions or interact with certain drugs. Anyone prone to nighttime bathroom trips may want to drink it closer to 60 minutes before bed or limit the portion to a small cup to reduce the chance of waking up. Kiwi, on the other hand, is not an herb, but a fruit that turns out to have an interesting link to sleep regulation. It contains serotonin, which your body can convert into melatonin, the hormone that tells your brain it's time to rest. In one study, adults who ate 2 kiwi fruits about an hour before bed every night for 4 weeks experienced a shorter time to fall asleep, fewer awakenings, and modest increases in total sleep time. The improvements were consistent, though not dramatic, and seemed linked to the combination of serotonin and antioxidants in the fruit, both of which may help support the systems that maintain restful sleep over the long term. This makes chamomile and kiwi a complementary pairing. Chamomile works on the mind, promoting a state of calm, while kiwi works on the body, helping to optimize the hormones that control your sleep-wake cycle. Together, they offer a low-risk, easily accessible evening ritual that can be repeated nightly. Consistently taken, each of these foods can become another small but valuable tool in a broader sleep-supporting routine. And when you combine them with other targeted food choices, the effects can add up over time. Before we discuss how all of these can work together in a simple plan, it's worth stepping back to see how they fit into the larger picture of improving rest through what you choose to eat and drink. Diet can be a practical tool for improving sleep, and the 4 foods we discussed each offer a different support role. Your challenge: choose one, for example 4 to 8 ounces of tart cherry juice or 2 kiwis, and have it consistently 60 minutes before bed for 7 to 14 nights, keeping your other sleep habits the same. Then share your results in the comments so others can learn from your experience. If you have chronic insomnia, obstructive sleep apnea, or take medication, this food-based approach can help but is not a substitute for medical care. Please check with your healthcare provider. Magnesium supplements may also support sleep. Mayo Clinic guidance notes 250 to 500 milligrams at bedtime is commonly used, but confirms suitability, especially if you have kidney issues. Low-dose melatonin can help with sleep timing in older adults, but should only be used under medical advice. Start small, be consistent, and track your changes. Even modest improvements can make a real difference over time.